14th step, action step to help you prevent Parkinson's, according to the Parkinson's Plan by Dr. Ray Dorsey and Dr. Michael Kuhn. Wow, these guys really hate dry cleaners because the number 14 is to check the ground floor of the building that you live in if you live in a high rise, because hidden dry cleaners risk are in apartments and condos and things like that. So, okay, I'm going to recognize this. And here's what I really like about this is that sometimes when you have something that's really important, it bears repeating. Otherwise, it's just something that's mentioned and you forget about it. So I love that they are coming back to this multiple times. They pointed out earlier that grocery stores that are next to dry cleaners in Germany aren't allowed to be next to each other anymore because they were finding chemicals in the dairy that were coming from the dry cleaner next door. That's how pervasive it is. That's why the last one they said, stay away from dry cleaning. And in this one, they're saying, if there's even a potential chance that there's a dry cleaner in the building, you should do something about that. Now, I'm going to take it a step further with all of you. Of course, we want you to look before you lease or buy and ask some key questions, right? Ask them if they use perc or toxic solvents, and then, test the air if needed. But I think we're just going to be exposed to chemicals. So we have to find strategies that we're going to build into our lives that are going to help us to clear them out. Now, in the last video, I talked about doing this purification program. I think it's wonderful to do a deep cleanse once, twice, 3 times a year. But sometimes you can do a portion of this all year round to help you with this. And one of the favorite things that I like to share with people is the power of the broccoli sprout. Now, you can eat broccoli sprouts. You could take, the right supplement. That's a good version of it. But they were making a beverage made of it in this Johns Hopkins study. And it was very, very impressive for detoxification of air pollutants in this clinical trial. Now, in this drink, there were other things too. There were, I think, pineapple juice, but it was mostly the thing that they're looking at is the broccoli sprout. And they looked at 2 specific chemicals. They were looking at the excretion of benzene, which is known to cause cancer, and acrolein, which is a lung irritant. Now, so this isn't specifically the TCEs and the PCEs and all of that, but when we help reduce the load of chemicals on the body, we give the body the opportunity to heal in so many ways. So anytime we're getting chemicals out, and who's to say that they aren't? We don't know. There may be some research coming that will say that this also helps to get rid of the TCEs and those other chemicals. We don't know that yet. But I do want to point out here, it talks about how air pollution is an increasing global problem, and as many as 7 million deaths are caused a year worldwide because of this. And I want to go down here and talk to you about the diets rich in cruciferous vegetables, of which broccoli is one, have been found to reduce the risk of chronic degenerative diseases, including cancer. And broccoli sprouts are a source of something called glucoraphanin, and that's the compound that generates sulforaphane when the plant is chewed or beverage swallowed. It increases the enzyme that enhances the body's ability to rid itself of these pollutants. And in 12 weeks, they were doing this. They kept drinking this. They found that, okay, here it was. It was the broccoli sprout mixed with pineapple juice and lime juice. They saw a 61% increase in their rate of benzene excretion. So all of these chemicals that were just stuck in the body finally get mobilized and removed, so they're not causing problems anymore from the first day, and continued throughout the trial. So for 12 weeks, there was this continuous removal of this garbage. So we want to have things that we can do all the time, not just for a concentrated 21-day period. In addition, they also got rid of the acrolein by 23% more. So, and I also want to point out there is other research about the sulforaphane and its anti-cancer properties. So why wouldn't it be a good idea to just add something into your life every day? Now, I don't eat broccoli sprouts every day as I should. I take them in different forms. For those of you who are familiar with standard process, and a lot of you are who watch this, there is some glucoraphanin actually assayed in the hemp oil complex product. So that is one way to get it. I have been integrating this into my daily habit just to get a little bit of that going. And sometimes I do take other forms of broccoli sprouts as well, but this has the broccoli seed extract and organic broccoli aerial parts. So again, there's always something we can do. I'm just trying to encourage you all to think about just some tiny little habit that you could add in that could be giving you these amazing benefits that so many people don't even know, because we are exposed to air pollution. It's not just from dry cleaners, it's from cars, it's from all kinds of things, and there's a lot more that we can do. But sometimes just a little tiny thing like this, adding a little glucoraphanin, can make a massive difference. Hopefully that's helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope it's not more about dry cleaning.